If this ugly bill passes, it's going to get a lot uglier when people realize what's in it. And not even Donald Trump's new $300 bottle of cologne will cover the stench. He wants a victory lap on Friday, just weeks after throwing himself a military birthday parade, complete with tanks rolling down Constitution Avenue, one that cost taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. He now wants to have a 4th of July signing ceremony at the White House for this dumpster fire of a bill. We're rushing not because the country demands it, but because he wants to throw himself yet another party. This isn't policy, it's ego management. This bill is a middle finger to millions of Americans. It isn't just a bad bill, it is the most dangerous piece of legislation in modern history. Dangerous because of the very real damage it will do to real people, sick people, hungry kids, families just scraping by. If this is Republicans' top legislative priority this Congress, it tells us everything about where your values lie. And it's not with working families, not with struggling communities, but with mega corporations, billionaires, and Donald Trump. A family making less than $50,000 per year, they'd get less than $1 a day in tax cuts. I mean, you can't buy a damn cup of coffee with that. But those making $1 million a year or more, well, they'll get more than $250 a day in tax breaks or $96,000 tax breaks on average in a single year. I mean, that's even worse than the original House bill. That's how rigged this bill is to benefit the wealthy. The average millionaire gets more in tax cuts than most families earn in an entire year. And to be clear, there is deep support on the Democratic side for extending the middle-class tax cuts and passing no tax on tips. We'd be happy to work with you on something that delivers just that. But Republicans are holding bipartisan initiatives hostage to provide handouts to billionaires and gut Medicaid and SNAP. Now, meanwhile, the new standards for the child tax credit leaves 1 in every 3 eligible children behind. Because this bill doesn't invest in children, it abandons them. All this, and Republicans are adding more than $3 trillion to the national debt. You hear that? Over $3 trillion. Now, I know some of the Republicans on this committee consider themselves real fiscal hawks. Well, you cannot with a straight face say that you care about deficits and the debt if you vote for this bill, whether that's out of this committee or on the House floor. This bill even raises the debt ceiling by $5 trillion because Republicans know the policies in here will explode our debt. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is the biggest transfer of wealth in American history, stealing from the poor to give to the rich. This is Republicans' let them eat cake moment. It robs from the most vulnerable to pay off the already powerful. It tells every kid without wealth, this government has nothing for you, that the American dream is only for trust fund babies. And here's what baffles me. You all know the truth. You all know the truth. You know this bill is cruel. You know that it will hurt millions of Americans. But Trump wants you to fold. And the sad fact is that many of you will fold in a nanosecond. You'll vote for this even though you know it's bad for your own constituents. You're absolutely terrified that the guy in the White House will get mad and try to find someone to run against you in a primary. Like one of our Republican colleagues said this weekend on CNN, and I quote, "Everyone in the House knows the peril they're in if they vote no on this thing. They know that their jobs are at risk," end quote. You're terror-stricken that what happened over the weekend to Senator Tom Tillis will happen to you. Well, Senator Tillis did the right thing, speaking truth to power. You should listen to him when he says that the Senate's version of this bill betrays President Trump's promise not to take Medicaid away from its rightful recipients. He decided to retire because he wanted to put his constituents first. And quite frankly, I think he's tired of dealing with the relentless MAGA threats and BS. Truly, I've never seen anything like this in my life, the kind of petrified fealty we're seeing on the right, scared by a man who called voting against this bill the ultimate betrayal. Like, what kind of president talks like that? That's the language of dictators, not the language of a president. But let me remind you all of something. The people you should be afraid of, betraying are not in the White House or dining at Mar-a-Lago. They're back home.